did manage to go back to that store, and he kind of made that guy angry again. And the guy's like, "Get out of my store!" And then Tony had more static, and then couldn't hear him anymore because of the flying beetle in the air, and so he's in the air right now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still working on my robot, and that's where we left off because we ended the session because he was in the air and there's too much static.
Okay.
Ominous music
So,
go.
yeah. And Kustok got a rush order on his thing. So it's now 1,200 gold.
Alrighty. So, as you guys are going about your day, it begins to rain.
Ugh. Seriously?
Yep. Seriously.
Okay.
Uh, Along that as well, you guys hear what sounds like horns going off in the distance, as well as different like alarm bells also being played.
That's not good.
Kitlin, you know what's going on?
Are we together or no?
It sounds like an attack. I'm gonna.
You cut out really bad, Christina.
Really?
Okay. Well,
Yep, say again.
I'm gonna climb one of the taller buildings and look to see if I can see what's going on.
All right, so go ahead and give me a average athletics check.
Okay.
And you climb the 30-story building.
With
It takes
no
you
problem.
5 hours.
all right, SEO. Are you recording? You didn't do like a check or anything.
Athletics. Okay. Easy.
Average. Two
Average. All right,
two purples.
Don't worry.
Yep, you are successful. So you scale the side of this building, and you kind of look around. As you look around, you notice 3 distinct areas that have people running away screaming.
And I'll point in that direction. That's not good.
All right.
Do we? Yes, I should probably. Which general direction did you point?
I don't know. Which way did you point, Christina?
Whichever way the people are screaming and running from.
Like I said, there's 3 of them, so you'll have to take your pick which one you want to go to first.
The west.
Is it 1, 2, and 3 on the map?
Yes, those are the areas that she can point out.
Okay.
Wait, hold up.
So that's
It's 1, 2, 3. There's nothing to the west. I'm so confused.
I don't see. Just points towards the boat. Let's go that way and leave.
I point to where the boats are. We need to go.
All right. So I'm assuming, what are you guys doing at this point?
I'm climbing back down.
I guess I really don't know what's going on, so I wait for her to get back down.
Okay.
I am washing the beetle of his bloodstains that are I still, I guess, caked on because of the rain is now helping.
So 3 directions they're coming from. And we know it's not the ocean, so they're coming in all the other way.
Okay. Who are they?
I don't know. Just people screaming and running. And that's not a good thing.
As you guys are deliberating about this, you see several guards rush past, weapons drawn, heading towards that area.
What's going on? I'll grab one. Sorry. What's going on? You need our help.
He kind of looks at you. Get off me. I've got to go. And he keeps going.
I don't know. He doesn't seem very confident. He doesn't even have basic dignity. I think we should follow him.
help because we've taken on a Earth Elemental.
Yeah, I've taken on a god. Mm. Religiously, you know, it's not. I didn't fist fight him or anything. I'm more just like pledged my allegiance and like well,
Right,
I'm
you're
over
rambling. Let's
explaining.
go.
I take off after the guard.
Okay.
Or Kustruk does.
Okay, so Kustrock starts heading that way. Got it.
Gitlin does too.
Kitlin goes that way as well. Got it.
Oh man, was I in range of my friends to see them scamper off?
I would assume that you're seeing chaos from your section too, because you see people
I'm inside of a
streaming.
workshop.
You see people streaming from this generalized direction, coming that way.
Oh, look at you using the arrow too.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
You see people coming from that direction.
I'm gonna follow them because that's the right thing to do.
All right, so you flutter along after them. Tyson is still in there. Rafik, not one to miss out on a fight, apparently, comes rushing with you guys as well. As you guys start getting closer to what's going on, you see more and more civilians that are like scratched and bitten. We're talking like deep gouging claw marks and like canine teeth punctures, like in shoulders and arms and like the sides of their torso and their legs, just kind of whatever is available for whatever's biting them to bite.
This is no good. This is no good. This is not good.
Rafik, just to answer your question, Rafik was the sorcerer that was conveniently there when we got caught by the magic detector.
Yep. That is who Rafik is. Tyson introduced him.
Oh, I did?
Yes, you did, because you're
Yeah.
the one who was like, hey,
The evil
I'm going to
bad
use
guy.
this to summon him in.
Yeah.
I remember him now. Now I remember who he is.
Yep.
I never got his name.
Yeah, his name is Rafik.
Wow.
Alright, so, as you guys get closer and closer seeing these people, is there anything specific you want to do, or are you guys just going to continue onward?
Asking what attacked. I know they're in a panic, but I'm going to ask somebody in random.
You're getting
What
mixed
attack?
stories. Some are claiming beasts, some are claiming the undead, a few are claiming witchcraft. It's kind of hard to tell with all the chaos here exactly what happened.
Kustruk is going to be like giving medical advice as people running past. You should do this for that wound. You should do this for that wound. Make sure to put.
Okay,
I don't
go ahead
think
and
I-
roll me a leadership check.
We do have a roaming medic.
So the leadership here is going to be a hard check, so 3 purples. I'm going to upgrade it once for the chaos.
Can we
Yeah.
use a story point?
You can definitely use a story point if you'd
No.
like.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to help, bud.
I don't. 3 purple, right?
1 red, 2 purple.
That's what I thought.
Okay, yeah, you're
wow.
you're calling it out. As you call it out, it's a little stressful to like maintain keeping up with everybody, and then like you like giving everybody these good directions. But you're able to do it. Take 1 strain.
Right. Well, these people won't necessarily all die from infection anymore.
All right. As you get there, you see what appears to be a not a horde, but a small group of undead. The guards have essentially got their shields up, and they're trying to like attack them, but the undead are proving a little wily, which is a little odd. As they like try to stab with spears, you see the undead kind of like turn so that the spear heads will go through like the dead flesh in between their ribs and stuff like that. So it's really not effective for the guards attacking, but they can't get too much closer because these undead have some pretty nasty looking claws. And a few of them are
Smart
growling,
undead.
and you can see teeth that would match some of the bites you've seen.
Smart undead. This is not good.
Do I see people run by?
Yeah, you're starting to see it now. It took a minute, but you're starting to see them.
Am I done with the robot?
Yes, so at this point in time, your robot has been completed.
Perfect. Is she happy or no?
Shit, what up?
She seems to be fairly happy. I never actually got around to fixing your token, so you're going to have to deal with this one at the moment.
No, it's fine. I can just roll. All right, so I'm gonna go follow where they came from.
Okay. Are you taking your newfound friend with you?
Of course. Do you want me to send you the picture or no?
Go ahead and send it to me, but it'll be a minute before I fix it.
No worries. Take your. Oh, did you start recording? Aaron asked you, but we didn't hear you test.
Yes, I have recorded, or I am recording right now. So hopefully it works.
Hopefully.
If not, oh well.
I'm gonna again try to climb the taller buildings.
Everybody go ahead and roll me initiative.
Got it.
Alright. Cool or what?
Vigilant.
I think this would be more cool.
This would be cool,
could,
not
like,
vigilance. You guys aren't being ambushed.
Okay. Nice. Okay. 1 and 1 for me.
1 and 1 for me.
1.1. 1.1.
1.4 for Tony.
1.4. And Tyson.
Oh, so go ahead and roll.
Yep, even though you're not there.
1.1 for Tyson.
1.1. Alrighty, so let me roll for these guys.
I hatched it.
Holy hell! I was not expecting that.
Oh, shit.
Stella!
Alright. Jesus. Okay.
It's okay. He's cheating. We all know. It's fine.
Yeah, like I can tell the random dice god generator to cheat for me.
Fudge the dice, you know?
Alright, so Tyson, you and your animatron are rushing through the streets. You're only going to be able to do that for 3 rounds, because you're having to fight against the flood unless you can think of some other way to mitigate that.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so...
It's my turn.
Yep. Alright, so... Oh, I forgot to roll for Rafik. He's going to go after all of you guys go. Alright, so the undead leap forward at the guards. A few of the guards cry out in pain as these claws just slice through the armor that they are wearing. Almost like it's paper mache. One of the guards actually gets downed by one of the beast-like creatures as it digs its teeth in and then yanks the guy out from underneath his shield brothers and drags him back to maul him later. That is essentially their turn. That's all they're doing. So, next up is going to be Tony.
I mean, I've got no ranged weapons, and I love throwing my beetle into death. Do I have anything that I can roll to maybe discern? I am elevated, right, so I can see above this horde.
Yes.
Do I see anything like commanding these creatures off in the distance?
Go ahead and roll me a hard perception check. It's going to be upgraded twice, so 2 reds, 1 purple. Unfortunately, you are not seeing any in the midst of this melee. You are unfortunately not seeing anything specifically that appears to be guiding these undead. You're not entirely sure how they are more so than the usual undead.
Gotcha. Having not encountered undead very often, I think I'm gonna just stay up and keep a lookout. Can I fly over them? Am I like a distraction at that?
If you would like to do that, go ahead and roll me a ride check, a average ride check, and everybody in the round, depending on how successful you are, will get a boost to their attacks. Or whatever it is that they're doing. Okay. It's a little chaotic for you to ride the beetle. Some of the undead have seen you and they're starting to throw like rocks at you. But overall, you're able to fly fairly well through this. The next person to go gets a boost on whatever it is they would like to do. That's going to constitute your movement and your action. So that means it's Tyson, Christina, and Aaron. You guys are up, so you guys get to choose who goes next.
Aaron, you want to go first? Tyson?
Yeah, I just got a quick question. Undead, are there? Are there like hundreds of them? What,
We're talking like a dozen at most.
Oh, okay. So
This isn't a horde, it's like a small force.
Okay. Kushtok's gonna run up and where that one guy fell down, and just like start jabbing and fighting back these people so the line doesn't get broken. Just fill the gap, you know.
Okay. Good call. All right, so go ahead and roll me an attack for this.
Oh, first time using my new weapon, guys.
And you get the boosty boost.
Boost is the
Now, you're going to have one setback due to their natural agility. So,
okay, and then just a regular attack.
yeah, it's going to be, since you're getting in melee range, it'll be one purple with one black, essentially.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you try to stab down, but the creature sees you kind of coming, and it yanks the guy a little bit more, and when it does, it pulls out of the way, and your weapon jabs right where it would have been into the cobblestones with a resounding clang, and you see little bits of the cobblestone actually go flying in directions.
I gotta get used to this new thing. But I also like more of the way into the.
Okay. So,
I think that's about my turn.
yep, that means it's Christina or Tyson's turn.
Tyson, you want to go? I'll go next if I need to. But if you want to go,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
even there. Go.
Okay. Then I'm going to climb up a building that's close to these zombies. or
Okay.
Undead.
All right, go ahead and roll me an average athletics check.
Okay. Damn!
Yeah, unfortunately, as you begin to climb, several of the undead kind of notice you, and the guards actually shout as a few of them try to jump in your location, causing you to lose your grip, and they luckily shield check them back before they could actually get to you.
Alrighty.
And Tyson, you're up.
Okay. Wait. You said 3 rounds. So what?
Essentially, you're fighting against the crowd, with the crowd flowing the direction that they are, and you're trying to get to them. You're having to fight through the crowd. Unless there's a way you can think of to mitigate the crowd, it's going to take you 3 rounds to run through them to get there.
Oh my god. Can I kind of see where the combat's going on?
You can definitely kind of tell from the bodies that, or the people that are running away, which direction it's kind of in.
Oh man, I want to be nice, but at the same time, I'm like, I could be so cruel.
It's up to you. Do what you're going to do.
Oh my god. I was just thinking about opening up a teleportation wall, so as the masses flow through, they just flow through the teleportation wall right on top of the undead and squish them.
Oh! That unfortunately isn't going to work. You need line of sight for that.
I know. It was a great idea, though.
That was pretty funny. I'll give you that. That would be kind of interesting to watch.
But I don't think anyone would like me after that.
Probably not.
But it'd probably get the job done in a quick stroke. It'd probably kill a lot of people. But anyways, I'm going to. Can I teleport myself to a building that I can see up high? Me and my partner. Am I familiar?
Since you have line of sight, I'll give it to you. Go ahead and roll me a daunting with 4 reds utility check.
Holy
utility
shit.
spell
4
check.
reds?
4 reds.
Oh my god.
Teleportation is
Wait,
not
what?
easy magic.
No, it's not. And in the distance too. I'm gonna.
You
You
should
know,
have just summoned the flying carpet again. Flew over everyone.
yeah, that's probably true. And then I could just maintain the flying carpet as I cast spells on them. Yeah, I'll do a flying carpet, Nick. Let's do that.
All right, I'm not going to have you roll because you've done this enough times. You know how to do it. So the
Okay.
carpet, boop, underneath your feet, and you begin to fly up.
So can I use my movement of the carpet to move closer to see what's going on?
Sure, you go up and get about there, along with your your robot.
I turn around and I wink at her.
The robot just kind of like nods.
All right, so can I see or no?
Yes. So from your vantage point, you can see what appears to be Kitlin trying to climb the side of a building. You see,
A flying beetle.
you see Rudy astride his beetle, trying to survey the undead as well. And then you see Kustrock jabbing at this creature, but only hitting cobblestone.
Oh, it's kind of weird. Kustrock usually hits.
I know. Shut up.
I'm assuming there's a shield wall of guards, and how big is the host of undead?
As you kind of look at it, you count roughly 12 to 14-ish. It's hard to tell just because of how fast they're moving and just the general melee, but that's about what you're counting.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Something.
All right, so you guys see, those of you who have time to see, Gores and Rudy mostly, you guys see Rafik reach into his coat, pull something out, and he begins to kind of fiddle with it. And that's all he does. So, top of the round, zombies.
You now? Oh, weird.
Let's see how they do.
Or how about one? Well, I'll see what. Are they attacking me?
Nope. All right, so, well, kind of. They stream forward against the shield wall. Essentially, you're kind of paying too much attention, Kustrock, trying to jab this one to get him off the guy. And luckily, another guard grabs you by the collar and yanks you back as one of the other ones comes down with a claw, dismembering the unfortunate guy that was there with you. So he's now dead. And then the others swarm the guards trying to bash their way through, but the guards are starting to get kind of used to how they're fighting. So, that leads to Tony. You're up.
Am I able to go further past where these guys are, like up here to where they were coming from?
You can definitely head further southwest, yes.
Southwest, right?
Kind of. The road leads mostly southwest.
Oh, I see the arrows on the map now. Sorry, I was discerning incorrectly. I'm gonna head up there and take another look around, see if I identify anybody of particular import.
All right, go ahead.
Another perception or something, right?
Yep.
Or
Make it a little easier for yourself. So it'll be 1 red, 2 purple. Because you're past all the rock throwing and all that.
I gotta find my perception again. There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're unable to discern if any of the undead are actually the leader. Your very misfortunate thing is because you're paying so close attention to the ground, trying to figure out where these essentially the smart guys are coming from, you kind of miss one of the signs that hang over the inns that tell you that it's an inn, and so you smack face first into it and fall off Scarab.
You get your bell room.
So
fall damage is horrible.
So, per where you're at, Where is my deal for that? I believe you take 10 strain and 10 wound for a shortfall.
A shortfall.
Yeah, to the
Alright.
ground.
Well,
I
I'm
believe.
totally down, guys.
No,
And
minus
10
you get to minus your brawn, so you should still be alive.
Incorrect. Still down.
Oh my god.
What? I thought everyone started with at least 10 hit
I
points.
get 8
Oh.
at a start.
Yep.
And I was already
Come
down
on,
by
baby!
1.
Yep.
no.
Unfortunately, you take 10 damage and 10 strain. However, you can roll a average athletics or coordination check to reduce the damage and strain, possibly. So, if you would like to roll that, go ahead and give me a roll.
You said average.
Yep.
I can't use that advantage to say that I actually clung to the sign, can I?
Unfortunately, not with the despair. You can use it as a way to try and add to your roll if you'd like.
Could have done a story point with that.
I'm not going to worry
Oh.
about it.
Okay, so when you hit, luckily you take 1 less strain. So it's 9 strain, 10 wounds.
Cool.
But he's still
Am
on.
I able to still let my beetle take a turn when he's doing his thing, or?
Yep, you definitely can.
Awesome. I assume that's the end of my turn for this round. So if I'm still not like horribly dismembered and all of that by the start of my next turn.
Yeah. Luckily, it doesn't seem that the undead noticed you either. So,
Advantageous.
We need to get potions.
I mean, if I could take a turn or like a downtime to make more than just 1 potion in a month, I'd be pretty stoked.
Well, we have plenty of gold. Eventually.
Look at the gems we haven't valued yet.
Yeah.
alrighty. So, that would be Tony's turn, so now it's you three. Who wants to go first?
Aaron, you want to go again?
Yeah, let's try and hit some people again. And I just remembered I have a thing, so I have to take a black to this attack because I'm engaged with more than one enemy. Duelist, yeah. So let's try and hit a bitch again.
Go for it.
Do I take 2 blacks or just the 1 black?
Just the one.
Okay.
Oh, that was loose.
Hey, it came up blank. We'll leave it as is. Alright.
Okay.
So how much damage are you dealing?
Damage, 9 damage. 3
9
pierce.
damage. Alright, 9 damage, 3 pierce. Ha! As you jab in, the normally quick zombie, as it tries to turn, ends up bumping into one of its fellows that's actually attacking, and you jab perfectly through. It kind of... and it continues to try and claw at you, so it's definitely not dead. But you definitely injured it very good. Unfortunately, too, with the fact that it's got its claws raking at your face trying to get to you, you're like, oh god, trying to stay back far enough, and it's hurting your muscles to do it this way, to stay away from the angry claws. So take 1 strain.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, that leads us into the next player's turn. Who would like to go next?
Well, he's still not here yet. Are you here yet, Tyson?
Oh yeah, I muted myself because I was talking to my wife. But go ahead,
no.
Christina. You're climbing a building.
I was. Not now. I was just wondering if you were here in the combat, your character.
He'll be there next round.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll go. I'm gonna throw 2 daggers with dual strike. I'm gonna throw one and then throw another.
All right. Roll
I
them.
suffer strain, but and can I use them as skullduggery?
Yes.
All right, cool. And one. What's the what's the dice I need to roll against?
For this, since
Yeah.
it's going to be a ranged attack, you're looking at least short range, so 1 purple, but it's going to be upgraded to a red because of the close proximity to your allies,
All right.
and a black because of their natural athleticism. So re-roll that.
Better.
Nice.
Hey, there we go. All right. So, Christina, how much damage are we looking at here?
7.
Is that with her backstab?
Yeah. Wait, let me look at my backstab real quick. I was looking at them before I made my move. No, it adds 2 more damage, so 9.
9 damage?
Yep.
All right, so your 2 daggers sail right through, spinning. Kustrak, you actually see one of her daggers whoop right past your face, like, what the hell? And you see one of them strike the creature to your left. And it kind of, and it just goes down.
Nice. Nice.
Gotta remember which zombie those have my men. My undead have my daggers.
All right, so next is Tyson.
Okay. When I do this movement, am I in combat now?
Yes, you will be able to join the melee if you'd like.
Okay, well, I'll be still on the carpet. I'll be at. I don't want to be at large range, but how compact are the skeletons?
The skeletons, they're close enough that you could probably hit 2 or 3 of them at once with an AoE. You're gonna possibly hit the guards too.
With a blast rating of 2?
Yeah, you'd definitely be able to hit like 2 or 3 of them. Just keep in mind they're engaged with the guards too, so the guards are gonna get some of this flak
Should I do a
too.
mass counterspell?
You
Since
could
I know it
try.
works? What would be the difficulty?
Are you trying to get all of them?
Well, there's 12 skeletons.
Yep.
Or now 11, right? Because Christina
Yep.
killed one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to get 11, I guess.
Alright, so counterspell, let's see here.
It just upgrades difficulty of the enemy spellcaster's checks, though. So I guess not. You know, I can do this once per encounter, so I'm going to do it. You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an attack spell. And I'm going to use my once per encounter holy, and I'm going to do a holy attack against the skeletons.
Okay.
So the difficulty, I think, is like 2.
Attack
plus
is
range.
normally 1. Adding a range to it to get within there is going to be 2. And then if you're trying to do like blast, that'll make it a 3.
Oh, okay.
But because you're trying to maintain your carpet, that's actually going to make it 4.
Oh, no, I just spend... did I use both my moves to get there? Or just one move?
Just the one move.
So I suffer 2 strain to maintain my carpet.
It only requires you to use a movement to do that?
Yeah. So it's like the extra maneuver where you suffer 2 strain. So it's in the magic area. You suffer 2 strain, and if someone's attacking me, then I need to roll a discipline check, or it's up to you. Roll a discipline check to maintain it.
Okay.
God, I suck at casting this. All right, I'll go ahead and give this a shot. So you said 3?
Mm-hmm. Because of the difficulty to concentrate, though, I'm going to throw in an additional purple.
Purple, so 4 purple.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still suffer the 2 strain?
For your carpet?
Yeah.
You know what? No, let's just take out the extra purple.
Okay. All right, and then I gotta add in my blues. Hey, I did it.
Pipe.
Doesn't do crap, but it does like 3 damage. Oh, plus my willpower, so 5 damage.
5 damage, and then this is a blast effect, so...
Yep, the AoE is going to be 2.
So essentially what you just dealt was a total of, you said 5 total?
Yeah.
Okay, how much is your will base damage?
It's just 2.
Just 2 for will? Okay, so you literally just dealt 7 damage to everything using holy magic.
Right.
Alright, so Aaron,
Yeah,
the one that you're fighting just suddenly disintegrates into ash.
Well, actually, oh yeah, for each success it's plus 2 instead of +1. Yep.
Alright, so he drops, essentially you see what appears to be this little itty bitty light. Just kind of bring and touch the ground. And then whoosh! This big old cloud of bright light and dust essentially comes racing through. The guards kind of cower back. They look a little singed by this holy light, though not nearly as badly as the skeletons do. You see actually a couple of them fall. Go ahead.
Did the skeletons seem to take more damage from holy light and stuff?
They definitely seem a little more susceptible to it, yes.
Okay. That's all.
Okay, so you guys see roughly six skeletons left after that attack.
Okay, and I'm going to do my second wind once per encounter as an incidental.
Okay. Alrighty, so that means that it is now, that should be everybody that's gone, so Rafik. So Rafik continues to play with whatever it is he has. You see him ripping it at this point, like tearing it to shreds. And as he does, like little bits of magic kind of go flying away from him. Alright, so top of the round, zombies' turn. / skeletons. The 6 remaining, 3 of them immediately look up at Tyson. One of them kneels down to where he's kind of doing like the thinking man's pose. The second one rushes, grabbing a hold of the hand of another one, up his like kneeling friend, and flings the other skeleton at Tyson.
Oh shit.
Weren't counting on that, were ya?
Will my familiar protect me?
We'll see how. What's your deal normally? Like if I'm trying to attack you melee, do you have any armor and stuff that I need to worry about?
I would assume they get a setback because I'm floating in the air and they're trying to grab hold of me.
They're just trying to slice at you. They're not necessarily trying to like grab you.
Well, do they have to do an acrobatics check to get there or anything?
I essentially what I'm doing is I'm upgrading their check once to account for them trying to like launch a skeleton at you as a melee attack.
Okay, I'll remember that. So in the future, if I want to launch Tony over, it'll just be an additional setback.
It's not a setback. It's legitimately I'm upgrading it to a red.
All right, perfect. Then we'll upgrade Tony then next time.
Why would you want to launch Tony?
Because Tony would be the perfect small person I could launch at someone.
All right,
Whose
so
truck is
what's
too
your
heavy?
armor and stuff looking like there, Tyson?
That's why I have a bodyguard, because I don't wear armor.
Okay, so what does the bodyguard do for you?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about. Yeah. We haven't really talked about my animal companion tier 1, what it does.
Okay. Come on, roll it. There it goes.
Rolling.
All right. All right, so the skeleton comes flying forward, claws back behind it like some avenging angel of death. As it gets close, slice, slice. Tyson, you take a total of 6 points of damage as this creature slices into your flesh.
Did it actually land on the carpet?
No, it actually went past the carpet.
Oh, sweet. Did it die on its way down?
No, as it flies through the air, it actually lands on the rooftop adjacent to you.
Oh.
All right, so that is the skeleton's turn. So, top of the round, that would be Tony. You're up.
Beetle is gonna land nearby me and take a defensive stance to keep me safe.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. That's
Alrighty. So, that puts us now at the 3 remaining. So you guys choose who goes next.
I guess we're gonna go in the same order that we have the whole time.
Okay.
You bet.
All right. Kushrak's gonna. I don't know. I won't be able to augment and then attack, right?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm just going to. Is there one that's kind of standing alone?
There is one that's kind of by itself. The
Okay.
Thinking Man one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I get a boost because he's alone, and then
I'll give you another boost too because he's actually, because of his position, it's not very good for dodging.
okay. And then is there any? Do I need to put a setback for his agility?
Yes, you still need
Or
to
is
apply
that
that.
Okay.
Damn.
Crazy damage. Okay, that is. What the fuck is it? 11 damage, 3 pierce.
How would you like to do this?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh fuck. I'm gonna just come up there, pick him up with the tip of my my sword, or not my sword. What is it called? The tip of my halberd, and just like fling him into the air and watch him come straight down and just splatter against the ground.
Alrighty. Jab up. Bye-bye. Splat. You just see a pile of, like, ick kind of go everywhere, as well as bones kind of clattering away.
Awesome.
Alrighty. How'd you do that plus there, Tyson? Oh, you added more. Got it.
Yeah, I forgot my 2 advantages on my, and then I only accounted for my second win, which gives me +2. So my 2 advantages plus that should have been +4.
Well, just keep in mind you can't go above your wound and strain thresholds.
Yeah, my strain threshold's 14.
Oh. May want to update that then. There we go. That was weird. I didn't know it'd do a little plus like that. Okay. So, next up.
I put +2 in the wrong spot. I'm tired. I put in my health instead of my strain.
Oof. Oh yeah, dang it. I should have. I have run over to Rudy.
If you'd like to use your maneuver to get there, yes.
Okay, cool. I'm doing that.
Alright, so the beetle watches as Kustrak starts pounding through the remaining like 4 skeletons to get to Rudy. Alrighty, so who's next?
I'll go next. Can I retrieve my daggers, or are they too far away?
Unless you're planning on moving over them to grab them, they are too far away.
Alright, I'll do that after I throw 2 more daggers.
Alright, go ahead
In the
and...
same direction.
Okay, go ahead and give me another roll.
So same thing, red and black?
Yep.
That was a boost.
Let's see, that would be 1 failure, one setback. So that would take out you down to 2 and 1, or 2 and 2. So you're still successful. Whoosh, whoosh,
No,
dagger,
3
dagger.
and 2.
How much damage?
12.
12 points? Alright.
Fucking hell.
As you kind of run, as you're running past, you see one of the like skeletal zombie things rear up with its claw and start to bring it down. You see a dagger pierce where the hand would normally be, pinning it to the wall. The creature like looks up and at you, and just enough time for another dagger to go through the eye and pin it completely to the wall. And it just kind of dies right there. One arm just kind of dangles limp and dead.
That'll take care of it.
Alright, Christina, you then move, and for 2 strain, you're able to pull your daggers out of the other one that's fallen.
Cool. Awesome, thank you.
Yep. And that leads us into Gores.
Yeah, I'm gonna... That one's still on top of the building, right?
Yep.
I'm looking at my animal companion, and I'm like, if that happens again, you need to swat him out of the sky. Please. And then I'm gonna put hold person on the one on top of the building.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
All right. Shoot. It is. Huh. It might not be. I thought it'd be a curse or something. I guess I can't do that.
If you want them to stop moving, we can do that. That's just going to be a... let's see, where is it going?
I think it would be under curse, but
It isn't...
it would be paralyzed.
Yeah, it's either that or you can ensnare them.
What's the boost on the snare?
I'm still trying to find it. Because I know it's in here, I just can't remember
Is
where I
staggered
saw
the
it.
same thing? Yeah,
Uh,
it's paralyzed. It's paralyzed underneath curse.
I was going to say, I think stagger is just where it can't attack.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have multiple black and white spears of light shoot out at it,
Alrighty.
and I think I already have that one in mind. What is that? Oh, it should be right here. Alright, so it's like an empowered spell. That's all it is. What's the distance? Is it short range?
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright, so it's just 3 purple. I'm gonna make it empowered.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Oh wow, that's a lot. Oh my
Damn.
goodness.
How would you like to do this, Tyson?
I'm gonna have it where the magic missiles come out from my hand, and when they implode on him and explode, they actually explode, and the bones fall down to the. Is there? I mean, there's a few skeletons left on the street, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have almost like the bones, not necessarily be like they're not gonna do damage, but be a distraction to the skeletons that are left.
Alright. So as you start conjuring, the skeleton runs to the right, trying to essentially make it harder for you to hit. Unfortunately, it doesn't realize that magic isn't like arrows. They can just boop, curve. So you cast these bolts. For everyone down below, you see essentially black and white rays. They look like, almost like magic arrows is the best way to describe them. They go out and curve behind the skeleton, exploding upon impact. When you see that, you see bits of bone just kind of pepper the ground below, which just so happens to be right in front of the remaining skeletons, who have to take a step back not to actually be impacted by this attack, this unexpected hail of bone and flesh. Alrighty, so with that, there should be, I believe, 2 skeletons remaining now. So let's see how they do. Alright, so the 2 skeletons leap in, slashing and clawing and killing a couple of the guards as they go in. They kind of break through the ranks and they continue forward slashing as they do, hitting a few more civilians with their claws in the process. That is their turn. Tony, you're up with your beetle.
Is there a way I can, like, do I have to discern whether or not the beetle will move out of the way for a
No, you
Kushtrak,
control
or
the
is he just
beetle.
gonna...
You control the
Alright,
beetle.
I will let Kushtrak through
Okay.
a apprehensive.
Alrighty. So, that puts us at Kustrak's turn.
Okay. Kushrak is gonna edge around the beetle carefully, like, hello there, friend. Still not sure what to feel about this beetle, but go over and some of that sweet divine magic on Rudy, and do some of them heals.
Alrighty, so let's see. Just trying to revive him at this point is going to be healing magic. It's going to be 3 purple.
Cool, 2 purples.
Alright, so Rudy, you come back up with 2 health and 1 strain healed as well.
Oh, you also heal. You heal actually 5 health because of my banner.
Alright, so Rudy goes from down to almost back up all the way. Your health is like yo-yo status.
Dude,
Take me up and they put me back in.
How much strain do I lose a strain or gain a strain?
You gain.
You gain a strain.
You gain 1.
That make sure to do. Actually, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to use my once per encounter ability to just keep the 2 strain a little less.
Okay. Alrighty. Which leads us into either Kitlin or Gores.
Do you want to go, Tyson, or do you want me to go?
You've been going the entire time. Go.
I'll go. I'll attack the other one and then go get my other 2 daggers.
Alrighty, so Christina, we have actually been doing your double attack with the daggers incorrectly.
Okay.
So what you're going to do, let me find that section real quick because it's really close. Okay. Because they're the same, essentially you're going to be rolling, go ahead and roll the usual. The difference being here, if you get 2 advantages or a critical, you hit with your second weapon as well, which means that you deal 2 times base damage.
Alright.
So go ahead and roll as normal. You need 2 advantages or... Wow!
3 advantage and a critical.
Alright, so what's the base damage for the daggers? 7? Alright, so that means you dealt 14 plus 2. So that'd be 16 total damage.
Yes.
Alright, so, Christina, describe to me how you finish off these 2 skeletons that are being pelted by bone.
Oh, both daggers go through ear holes, through, and just kill them instantly. Like one after the other.
Alright, so you guys hear some exclamation in Elvish. that you guys don't understand what it means or any of that. All you see is dagger, one, straight through the ear hole of one of the skeletons. Through it. Not getting stuck in it, but through it. And it's taking bone with it. The skeleton just drops to the dirt. The second dagger, as she rotates and flings it, you would swear that there's some sort of like primal, almost energy behind it. You're not sure exactly. It's a rage that you guys have not seen in Kitlin before. The dagger goes sailing forward, rotates, and goes hilt first through this skeleton. Not blade first, hilt first. Comes out the other end, flips, and ting, gets stuck in the wood, right above a captain's head, and just quivers right there. The guardsman just like, holy hell. And with that, the final skeleton has fallen.
Hold up. You said that just now? I'm going to drop, since I'm like right above the guards, I'm assuming, somewhere around that area.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop down. Well, not drop, but quickly go down. And then, can I try to resurrect one?
Yes, if you would like to try and resurrect one.
Well, we're out of combat. I'm gonna grab my other two daggers.
Yeah.
Or the
Krustruck 2. Krustruck's gonna go and try and save a guard too.
Alrighty.
It's going to be 5 purples.
Ooh,
Oh, I hate this.
I've never rolled a triumph in combat. That's awesome.
Alright, so 5 purples. It's going to be divine. I'm going to use my once per session on an NPC guard. And increase my willpower by my intellect.
Okay.
Just because, why not?
So wait, are you trying to resurrect one of the skeletons, or are you trying to resurrect the
No.
guard?
The
A guard.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I
I'm
think we were
treating
kind of
daggers.
bad in with the laws. Bad. Oh yeah, I forgot. Don't forget these. Shit. Hey.
Damn.
The dead guard that had been sliced in two by the one zombie that had been yanked back by Kustrak. You just see this holy light just come from the heavens, almost. And the guard kind of like, you see what appears to be his soul being brought back to his body. As you guys continue to do that, you see a faint light coming from the automaton as well, as the creature, or the whatever the hell that Tyson's like pet is, helps out with this.
I would like to try and revive a guard too. Just lessen them. Actually, a citizen. Didn't one of the citizens get fucked?
Quite a few of them got injured, but none of them have died.
Okay, then can I do another one of the dead guards?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just retrieving daggers.
All right.
Nice.
You missed a purple.
I
Yes.
get -1 difficulty.
Yeah.
Oh, then nice. Yeah.
All right. So you are successful. I'm not gonna take 2 strain from you. Essentially, though, unfortunately, your healing magic like that is incomplete. So the guard is brought back to life, but where like the stuff went through, because the claws essentially like clawed off part of his head, it brought all of that back, but he still has the scarring to show that his head was sliced open,
Well,
like a melon.
Kustrak went to, hey, that must get you some ladies. Or men, or maybe, I'm sorry.
As he kind of turns to look at you, one of his eyes is still blind. But both eyes kind of turn towards you, and he just kind of looks at you and your party with a mix of reverence and fear, essentially, as he surveys the dead corpses, etc., around him.
I mean, at
How
least you're not
How
dead.
about the
Like
dagger
4?
that hit above the guard, and I just go, this is mine. Thank you.
And he just kind of ducks his head as you grab the dagger and yank it out of the wood.
become more dangerous since y'all last saw me.
Should we go to another location?
I think it may be a good
Yeah.
idea.
I think we should at least go check them out. I don't know if the fights are going to be still going, but yeah, we should definitely go.
All right. So which one do you guys want to go to? 2 or 3? Actually, just move
2.
yourselves to whichever one you're going to.
I whip out the carpet.
All right. Who all's riding the magic carpet?
Oh, how well can
Hold
it fit
up.
us?
Hold up.
So,
Do I kind of know where the location's at number 2, Nick, or no?
You guys will be able to make an educated guess getting there.
Perfect. I say, go ahead. Come on over. Come close. I need your help with this. I put out my hand.
On a magic carpet ride, a whole new world.
You want to put your hand into the center?
Sure. Kustok hesitantly trusts the demon monster.
Totally no.
You don't, Christina?
Gonna make the trip go faster. Fine.
All right.
I can always ride Beetle.
Do you trust me?
No.
Yes.
No, no, not at all.
Where's Tony?
I am currently recuperating, I think, for a second longer. I am not putting my little stub into your evil circle.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, Nick, I'm going to use the shadows and move myself over there. Is that okay? With my party?
Because you've been there before, I will allow it. However, because you're wanting to move yourself and most of your party with you, it's going to be a check still, and it's going to be a pretty hefty check.
Oh, you didn't make me check last time, jerk.
I'm going to because you're bringing passengers.
He did last time, too.
Yeah, well, that was narrative. This is not as narrative. Well, no, I'll let you do it. You're going to take 4 strain for it, but yes, you are able to do
Good
it.
lord.
Oh.
Do we get to roll a cool check since this encounter ended first?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank God. Hopefully I get an advantage.
Ooh, is it still?
you got one?
2 and 1.
I got 2 strain back.
Oh, what am I rolling? Strain?
Cool. Just straight up cool.
A cool check.
I don't know if I got anything back. I rolled 2 successes.
You got nothing back. You need advantages, unfortunately. Successes don't help you any in this check.
Oh, successes don't?
Nope. Just the advantages.
Oh, I can't get strain back?
No, if you got the advantages, you're able to remove strain.
Okay.
You just can't get wounds back this way.
I didn't get successes, so.
Essentially what it is, the best way to look at this, guys, as far as this check is concerned, this is you guys taking a breather, which would be you guys are like reassessing mentally where you're at. Wounds take a little longer to heal.
Kustok is fine and amped.
So I apologize to Pinham before I do this.
Can I do a thing?
Go ahead.
Before he does his thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to cost a story point. I am going to to look up at the sky with a resounding holy shit, I could have died right there, and use my 6th sense thingy for the weather. It also rejuvenates allies within range of me.
Okay.
Short range, it says, of 2 strain they heal, and
All
I
right.
can change the weather. It says.
All right, so everybody
Ow! Holy shit! My elbow.
heals 2 additional strain.
Nice.
Thanks to Rudy. You guys
Go,
feel
Rudy.
a cool breeze kind of come billowing down amongst you.
As the sun comes out, yeah, sunlight.
The rain does in
No
fact
more.
stop, and the day begins to warm up and dry off the puddles that have formed.
That's not good fun, Dad.
Alrighty, so are you guys all entering the magic circle, essentially, of teleportation by shadow magic?
Oh, yeah.
Kustok is terrified. Like, petrified. Like,
Oh, I didn't.
saving people is more important than Kustok's needs.
It would actually probably cost me more strain flying over there with the carpet to maintain it.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, are all of you gonna join Tyson, or are some of you gonna walk?
I said I was going to join Tyson.
Okay, so you're joining
I'm joining.
Tyson. Penem is joining. Kustrock is joining. Rudy, are you joining?
I am gonna trot slowly. I am not feeling too hot after, kind of dying.
All right.
Kind of
So,
dying. Mostly dying.
Yeah, I'll hang out with Rafolk. He's a cool guy.
all right. So you're gonna hang out with him instead of going with them.
Yeah, I'm not taking the crazy shadow magic that's gonna take my arms and put them
All
on
right.
my butt or something.
So as you guys basically place your hands upon Gores, she takes a step back into the shadows. You guys continue stepping, and the next thing you know, you're at this other location.
Oh, and you have to tell
Witchcraft.
Rudy you have to tell Rudy the what the guard's reaction is.
Okay, Rudy, you
It's a
watch as
careful
the
fight.
guards kind of look at it, and they just they rub their eyes, and a couple of them actually walk into the shadows to see if they just kind of backed in there just to be kind of mysterious, only to find that they are in fact gone. And then they make a sign against evil.
Yeah, that happens. I'm gonna slowly climb onto my beetle and begin a short trek down towards this red citadel place, because I think that's where the next area might be.
Number 3 is actually where you want to go. The Red Citadel place is actually a
Alright.
guard station.
While being as powerful as I am, I will see if I can rally some guards over there slowly. Slowly is the emphasis on this, because I will die again, and it will be sad.
All right, so you meander away and head towards the guard station. All right, so while you're making your way there, because this is going to take a little bit of time for you, the rest of you come out of the shadow. When you were going through it, you felt immeasurably cold, as though you were standing at the tip top of Everest cold, without any clothes on at all. It's chilling to your soul. You guys come out, and then the sun feels almost unnaturally warm upon your skin as you come out of this instantaneous almost travel. Though it was instantaneous, it felt like infinity while you were in it as well. Though it lasted
Demon
but a
magic.
second.
Demon magic. Demon magic. Demon magic.
Penem gives Gores a very reproachful look. Extremely reproachful. But
Sorry.
refrains from saying anything at the moment. As you guys survey around you, you see more undead, similar to the ones you've seen before. Let me check something here. Yep, almost identical to the ones that you've seen before. The only
they up and
difference
kicking?
being they're all dead, and you see quite a few guards that are dead as well. As well as some civilians that have been massacred kind of by these undead as well.
Oh, so the combat's done.
Yep, the combat is completely done in this section.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do the shadow thing again.
Okay.
So I'll pull out a carpet.
Okay.
Uh,
I assume we're all going to go to the next place, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Are we going to use that weird demon magic again?
No. You see a floating carpet.
Oh, thank God.
Gores, Kustrock, I need both of you to roll a average magic check, whatever your specific magic is, Arcana, Divine, etc. All right. Tyson, you feel power coming from kind of where you left off. Like where you had just come from. Essentially, you feel like a wave of magical energy go just out like a wave. Kustrock, you feel the same thing. However, you can tell that there's something not quite right about the magic that was cast. It doesn't feel like anything you've ever felt before. Like, you felt stuff like this before, but it's wrong. It feels wrong to you.
Unnatural.
Not necessarily unnatural, just wrong.
Gores, Was that you? Did you cast that demon magic?
No.
Something's wrong. Something's amiss at the crick. Sorry. Well,
So we need to go back.
I think we need to. Where
Go back?
Where did Rudy go?
Rudy
She's on
didn't
his
come.
beetle.
Wait, did it?
No, he's on
Fuck.
his beetle. He's still
Oh.
there though.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. Oh my sore little legs. Let's go.
We'll have the carpet out, so we'll take the carpet.
Alrighty. So, where are you guys headed? Back to 1 or over to 3?
I think we were gonna go check out that energy signature, weren't we? The power wave. Or do we want to check out 3 and see if there's any vampires or some shit there?
It's up to you, Aaron. I'm about to call quits. I gotta lay that back down here soon.
Okay. I think we should go to 3 just to double check and make sure everything's fine.
All right, I won't be able to fly us all the way around because I'm gonna run out of strain.
For narrative's
sure,
sake, you managed to get all the way there before the magic runs out.
Okay. Cool
Phew.
deal. So we're there.
At number 3? Alright, so as you guys approach number 3, you see much the same as you did at number 2 and at number 1, at the other 2 locations. There's a bunch of undead. This one actually seems to have more undead than the other 2. Not by a whole lot, but decent amount. You still see a fairly large amount of people dead. However, you also see what appears to be the one of the vampires from before that you guys have met, the lady, as well as a guy that you have never seen before. Both of them essentially are wearing very long clothing with essentially like gloves, etc., that goes underneath their sleeves. And the guy is actually wiping his blade off on one of the guards' the dead guards' tabards.
Are there any alive guards?
Yes, there are quite a few alive guards still.
So it doesn't seem like the vampire people fought the guards.
No. If anything, the guards, while they're maintaining their distance from them, they don't appear as leery of them as you would expect had they been fighting.
Okay. Fancy meeting you here. We just fought a bunch of scary skeleton demons over that way. I gesture in some direction. I don't really know where we are anymore.
The vampire guy kind of smirks, and you would swear you heard something under his breath, spooky, scary skeletons.
I don't get it. Okay, yeah. So what brings you to the
As
party?
he's saying this on top of a flying carpet.
Yes, he is.
Imagine the dwarf laying down because he doesn't want to
I'm
fall off,
impressed.
sticking his head over the edge. With everything down.
Just duck it off.
Anyway,
Wait,
say
no,
your question
wait, no,
again.
I was just asking, like, what brings you to the party? It's always rearing for a fight, but
I love a good battle, especially amongst the lesser undead.
what are you saying? As we fly away.
Wow. Alright, so we end up back over here, number 1. Do we bump into Rudy on the way?
As you guys fly over, Rudy, you managed to make it to the guard station. What are you doing?
Seeing if there's any guards to rally. Be like, yo, we're under attack, guys. I'm pretty sure we beat up one of the waves, but there could be more. I'm also on a giant beetle covered in blood. Not the beetle, me at this current point in time. Also maybe notorious for being some sort of tiny gnomish terrorist. I don't know.
Essentially what happens then is the guards that are there, and there aren't a whole lot because a lot of them have already responded to this. Essentially, the guards kind of detain you / treat your wounds at first. Finding finding out essentially you broke your nose against the a board is
It was a
essentially
heroic battle. I'll have you.
either way, they basically bandage you as best they can. Around that time, you start to get people coming in that are both guards and not guards giving reports. Essentially, you hear about 2 other areas that have been affected by this, whatever the hell it was. The guards... Go ahead.
How much does Rudy embellish on how he got knocked out?
I don't know. How
Scale of
much
1
do
to
you
12.
embellish?
So there I was,
That level.
flying on my amazing beetle. There were hordes of undead left and right, and also in front of me. I decided to single out their commander, and as I swooped in for the killing blow, one jumped up and knocked me off my trusty steed. My steed did impale this foul necromancer and drowned him to the ground, but I nearly died. I'm missing an arm, you can trust me.
Give me a deception roll.
Can I use like some sort of ability or to be better at my role? Because that was an amazing
use the
story.
sword
I even
I'll give you a boost, and I'll give you an upgrade. So it goes from one of your greens goes to a yellow, and then you get a blue on top of the rest.
Oh, sorry, yellow and a blue, and what am I rolling again? Deception? Oh, I'm not
Yep.
deception.
This is going to be a hard check. Or actually, no, this would be an average check, because they're having mixed reports kind of come through anyway, so they're not sure what to believe yet.
I mean,
Apparently they don't
failures on
believe
two
you,
dice.
though. The guards are being very, but in a, he must have hit his head harder than he thinks kind of way. So they're being very gentle with you and kind of affirming that, yes, that did in fact happen, when absolutely none of them believe it.
They're pandering.
Alright, so around this time, you guys happen to be flying over the where Rudy is at, and unfortunately you guys don't see him because he's still in the throes of getting all of his deal. Rudy, as far as what you hear, essentially you're hearing reports from both citizenry and guards talking about how there were 3 attack points. They're not sure exactly what the orchestration behind this was, but essentially they're in the middle of investigating it when you see somebody that you haven't seen in years come in to report. It has been a very, very long time since you have seen Sylvia.
Oh shit.
When she enters, she doesn't at first notice you. She goes directly to one of the guards and begins talking about how Sir Dragos is dead. What do you do?
Tony, you there?
What's up?
Oh, it's so epic.
Sorry, I got a phone call.
What?
Oh, man, you missed it all.
Dramatic!
Okay, so quick rehash. Essentially, as you're sitting in the guard post, you're hearing reports about 3 different attacks. No idea who's orchestrating it. They're in the middle of investigating. You see a gnomish woman that you have not seen in years come through the door. Her name is Sylvia. You actually grew up with her. Now, she goes directly to the guard, not noticing you initially. And she reports that Sir Dragos is dead. What do you do?
I don't recall who Sir Dragos is.
Go ahead and roll me a knowledge check.
Just standard knowledge or
Yep.
lore.
Yep. Well, this one would be just regular knowledge because it's not going to be lore. You could get away with geography if you'd like to do that one. The difficulty here is going to be average, so 2 purple. You know Sir Dragos just by reputation, essentially, and some basic understanding of the local politics. Sir Dragos was the knight commander for the guards and the militia that reside here in Diva.
I thought the one lady was the knight captain.
She's the watch. They're the watch captains. We're talking like way above them. We're talking like he's the head honcho in charge of security for the whole city.
Gotcha.
He reports directly.
My memory. How attractive is Sylvia? Does she hate me?
She's fairly attractive. At this point in time, when you were kids, you guys were actually best friends.
Awesome. I am gonna nurse this wound and play the sad puppy dog role. And if she notices me, I'll wave at her. But if she totally doesn't notice me, I'll just be sad.
Okay. After she gives her little deal, she turns around to essentially go back to the manor, and she notices you. Rudius?
Heck yeah.
Is that you?
Rudius? No. I'm Rhodochrosite. Do you remember me? You can call me Rudy. Like I lost an arm since we last met. I can understand if you don't recognize me. I am also a seasoned veteran of war now.
She comes up immediately and just hugs you. She literally just comes rushing up, blood and all, and just boop, gives you a hug.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm okay with this. That is in character, by the way.
What are you doing here?
Oh, that was my line. Still my line. Clearly...
I'm here reporting the death of Sir Dragos.
Yeah, I overheard that because of my keen gnomish ears. You see them, right? And I twitch my ears a little hands. I say to her, "Ma'am, Miss Sylvia, is that..." Sorry, I'm burping. That's out of character. Out of character burp. Miss Sylvia, take me out of this area, please. I need to find my companions.
She looks to the guards. The guards kind of just, yeah, go ahead. We've done what we can for him. She helps you up, and then I'm assuming at this point you meander with her out into the street.
Yep. And do I see my beetle hanging out with me?
Pretty
Out
much. Your
somewhere,
beetle's
like,
just
eating
chilling.
Dirt.
Yeah, your beetle's just kind of chilling.
I say, "Ma'am, would you like a ride on my steed?" And I motion my stubby arm towards my beetle.
She kind of looks at you a little oddly, but she doesn't... essentially, she's just like, okay. She helps you climb up first, because you're still a little woozy looking, comparatively to her. And then she climbs up kind of behind you and grips tight around your waist.
Gotcha. And I say, "Ma'am, where are we headed?"
She gives you directions towards Sir Dragos' manor.
And I point valiantly with my good arm. "To war!" And then we kind of waddle away slowly. Because
Oh, you're not
can't
flying?
carry all that weight.
All right.
I assume 2 silhouette zeros count as a silhouette 1, and he can't fly if he's carrying that much.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so you guys start kind of beetle walking / trotting where you got to go. All right, so while that's happening, what are you two doing now that you're back at site number 1? Christina.
I don't know what's going on because everybody said there's a darkness, something magical, something here. So I don't know what I'm looking for.
Okay. So essentially you watch as Gores and his automatoron, essentially she kind of grabs a hold of Gores and like drags her off towards the inn, looking very, very unhappy with Gores.
Okay, then bye.
So what would you like to do? Because I haven't heard anything yet from Aaron yet.
I'm gonna look for something out of the ordinary around here, other than the undead. I'm gonna look for out of the ordinary because I know the area. I would know something out of the ordinary.
Okay, go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a streetwise check.
Awesome.
Average check.
Awesome.
Actually, easy because you're right. You did grow up here.
So, yellow, green, purple. Damn!
What'd you
I
get?
know the plan. 2 failures.
Why are you rolling reds?
Oh! I don't know why. Yellow, green. I put yellows.
It definitely rolled reds.
Green. Purple. I get that right. There.
Okay. As you kind of look around, for the most part, everything looks relatively normal. As far as like an attack goes, like this. The only oddity is you're not entirely sure where the attack originated from. You would expect to see like some sort of trail of destruction if they came from outside the city, but the only destruction there really is around here is to the nearby structures and people. There's really not any more damage the further out you go.
So it looked like the fight started here.
Somehow, yes.
Huh. That's unusual.
Yes, very. I know what's going on.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. That's the
Oh, you
joke.
said I know what's going on. I'm like, what's going on?
I had to do things.
So,
So.
knowing that, I'm gonna look. See if I can see like any like when we were on the other turtle, see if there are any like ruins or anything like that, or drawings that might indicate something was cast here.
Go ahead and roll me a daunting perception check.
Perception?
Yep.
Daunting is 5.
4.
Okay. You look perception real quick. Okay. Damn!
There does not, between the melee, like all of the dead bodies and all of that, if there were any signs of magic casts like that, they have long since been done. The holy magic cast by both, or mostly by Gores, seems to have wiped out any other trace of magic that you can find.
We're investigating that battle site, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Any ideas?
I think where is this where the energy wave originated? That I sensed earlier.
Say that one more time, sorry. I just saw what Tony posted, and I'm like, what the hell is this thing?
Is this the where the energy spent at place 2?
As far as you can tell, yes, it
originated
would have
from?
originated from somewhere around here.
Okay. Can I do a check too?
Sure. Are you doing a perception to look around, or are you doing an Arcana check / Divine? What are you doing?
Yeah, I want to do a divine check just to pinpoint where the magic came from. See if it came.
All right, so go ahead and
not.
roll me a hard Divine Magic check.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard is 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, so hardest divine magic is 2. Oof, awesome.
Okay. Yes, you are able to exactly pinpoint where the magic came from. At its center, you find what appears to be blackened silver thread.
What this? Black and silver thread. First I poke it a little bit with my, and then I pick it up if it doesn't explode or do anything.
All right, so as you pick it up, nothing really seems to occur. After a few moments, though, the blackened silver thread actually dissolves into ash and then is blown away.
What you have?
Well, there was right here. I point very precisely where I found it. Right here is where I found the epicenter of the blast, and I found this little black silver thread, and well, I don't have it anymore. It kind of just into the wind.
When it dissipated like that as well, you caught a faint. Essentially, it felt like a faint trace of magic also went with it. Like the last vestiges of a spell.
Definitely some spell bullshit. Yeah, I don't know what caused it or what the spell was, but it was right there. So, what now? Cool story. Cool story. We'll go.
So, while you guys are kind of investigating that, Rudy, you make it back to the manor of Sir Dragos. Essentially, what you see is a whole bunch of people basically running around doing different tasks. Let me maneuver you guys to the map. I believe it's already set up. Minus these two because they are not there yet. You two are not there, so don't move really. You guys, I think you guys, can you see? Yep, you can. Okay. So essentially, what you see is this upon your arrival with Sylvia.
We're in the dark.
Alright, Gorfang. How you doing, Gorfang?
Oh, Jesus, he's still there. Oh, wow, okay, let me get rid of that. That was not intended.
And did you just see a blind orc disappear?
All right, so you, like I said, you see several like servants and some guards and stuff kind of running around. Some of them bearing messages, some of them carrying different things. All of them extremely busy.
Oh my goodness.
Is it always like this?
Sometimes, usually not quite this busy. Around that time, you see what appears to be like the head of house, not the actual like Sir Dragos, but his butler, come out, and he shouts at Sylvia that he needs her to come inside immediately because they need to make preparations for the lady to show up.
Oh, okay. I guess you're needed, ma'am. I will hang out longingly by this fountain with my beetle and look handsome.
All right. With that, Sylvia darts into the mansion. And how long are you planning on waiting at the fountain?
How long, what?
How long are you going to wait at the fountain?
Man, I'm gonna wait so long. with my little beetle until they pretty much tell me to leave. Where else am I needed? I don't know. I just met a friend from a long time ago. I made a rhyme right there. I'm good like that.
Okay, so you essentially are going to sit there for a few hours
Oh,
then.
that's a big beetle.
He actually gets into the fountain and begins kind of like trolling it.
Huh?
All right, so Christina,
awkward waves.
Kitlin, Kustrock, what are you doing?
We need to tell the guards. Tell somebody what's going on.
Uh, yeah. What are we gonna tell them though?
We can show them. We can tell them this was not a all-out attack on the town. This was planned by somebody in town.
Wait. How do we know it's planned?
3 attacks at the same time.
Well, yeah, that could just be a coordinated plan from someone outside the town, or did they pop up in the middle of town?
They knew this town. They knew the weakest points of this town. At least they thought they did.
It wasn't for me and my huge divine muscles.
Oh,
Truck
truly.
is
Yes.
flexing so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Rolling my eyes. Yeah. Sure.
Thanks, yeah. Well, I mean, who do you think could have done?
I don't know. I don't know who could have done this, but it's not good.
Why?
Why? Well, we have nobles in town right now.
We need clues. We need. Well, yeah, obviously we have nobles in town, but like, why would they want to attack the other noble? Do they not like each other?
I don't know all the answers. I just know that there are nobles in town with a better way to attack the town.
I mean, wouldn't it be easier? What was their goal? We need more answers on so many questions.
Oh, I agree. But we have nowhere else to go other than here right now. Well, I mean, we can go to the other
Rudy?
sites to see if the same thing was there.
That might help.
All right.
Where were they again? Sorry, I'm kind of not great with direction.
There was one kind of northish towards where I used to live, and then there was one around the market.
Yes, I know where those places are. Why don't you just go ahead? I know where we're going. Why don't you just lead the way? You're more acquainted with town.
Just so you guys are aware what time it is too, it's getting on until early afternoon at this point.
All right, thank you. Where is Beetle Boy anyway?
I don't know. Where was he?
As you guys kind of are asking that question, one of the guards kind of comes up to the other guards from somewhere else, and he kind of whispers into the captain's ear. The captain you just see his mouth just drop, and he starts shouting for his men to essentially basically get the scene roped off so that it can be investigated. He tells a couple of his guardsmen that they're going to stay put while the rest of them head for Sir Dragos' manor to secure that, because apparently Sir Dragos has been assassinated.
Oh, that's not good. One of the guild, I'm sure of it. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them all. Kill them all.
It was probably Gorse. We should probably go check him out just to cover Gorse's ass. Where did he go to?
I don't know where'd she go. Everybody's leaving us.
I know.
So we'll
have the one. Yeah, we'll kind of meander. I meander. I'm not in a hurry, and I'm very lost all the time.
Okay, so you said you're heading towards Sir Dragos' manor?
Yes.
All right. So you guys begin wandering. Rudy, about this time, you see essentially a carriage pull up, A very, very nice carriage. Around this time as well, you start to see several of the local manor guards come out, and they form this little deal where the NPCs are around you.
Mm-hmm.
Out.
Oh, maybe I should put out of the fountain. What a bad one.
From the carriage, you see several guards come out first. All of them wearing the exact same uniform. All of them bearing the local lord or lady's house's sigil. After they have come out and they have checked the area to make sure that it is safe, you see 2 more people exit, both of them women. One of them is a raven-haired, essentially beauty, but she almost has like an ethereal beauty to her, like a timeless beauty. The other one
Spooky.
has what appears to be an Arctic wolf's pelt, kind of like strapped over the back of her armor, and almost wearing it kind of like a primitive like headdress. As she kind of steps out, she looks very relaxed, where the other guards look very nervous. Though that you can tell as you look at her eyes that belies her actually being very attentive. While she's kind of almost very relaxed and lazily walking, you can tell that it's of somebody who has seen massive amounts of combat and is very confident in their ability to put down anything they so choose.
Oh man, don't let it be.
As she comes out, you hear the doors behind you open, and you see another young woman come out. She looks very hard, very battle-worn. She has a scar up one arm that you can see that disappears underneath her sleeve and her armor that's there. And it looks as though she has had some run-in with the undead before.
Gotcha.
As she comes out, she essentially bows before this lady, the raven-haired beauty, who kind of steps through with her guards coming forward. Milady Maruna, it is good to have you at my uncle's house. Well met, Vera. And Maruna looks directly at you. What are you doing at this exact moment?
Well, I would be twiddling my thumbs, but I'm missing a set. So I'm just kind of splashing one arm in the water, kind of idly, and hoping they don't notice me. Obviously, they've noticed me, so I'm like, hi. Maybe no one stitch on you guys. Hi.
The wolf cloaked knight, essentially. She kind of steps forward towards you, and she doesn't really speak above conversational tone, but it seems to carry to everyone. This is Lady Maruna, the Lord of Diva. Show your respect, young one.
Oh, my bad. Beetle, bow for the nice lady with me. And me and hopefully Beetle will bow to her.
Beetle continues to trawl through the water, oblivious
Sorry,
to...
he doesn't know matters yet.
The knight kind of shoos you away with the hand, go to the side.
Left or right?
Doesn't matter, pick one.
Alright, I'm gonna just scamper as quickly and effortlessly as possible off to the side and hang out in the grass.
Okay. As she kind of comes up, her wolf-headed knight stays behind while these guards kind of flank to keep Lady Maruna safe. Around this time is when you two show up. You guys see what appears to be a very nice royal cart out front of this building, as well as just over the wall, you guys, the low wall there, you can see Rudy and his beetle just kind of chilling there, as well as a raven-haired beauty and everything else I've already described.
Rudy. Rudy.
There you are.
Rudy. Rudy.
Hey, shh. Guys, section. No.
Rudy. Rudy. Yelling all across the courtyard. Rudy.
The guards immediately like put their hands on their hilts, and they kind of turn towards you. Lady Maruna looks back at you a little less than pleased. Kitlin, you immediately recognize Lady Maruna. Last you saw her, she had just been appointed the Lady of Diva after her father had passed on. So
Good
you know that
afternoon.
she is the ruler of Diva.
Good afternoon.
Am I able to scamper over this wall without getting killed by these guards?
If you would like to scamper over, yes, you are able to maneuver over.
Alright, I'm gonna climb on my beetle, hop up, and jump down, hopefully not breaking my neck on another 10 damage fall. And
Yep.
he will, I guess, I'm
We throw you
hoping,
back,
flutter
you're
on.
fine.
Yeah, he essentially just climbs over. Just. Alright, so is that exactly what you say, Christina? You don't do anything else?
I bow and I say good evening, good afternoon.
She kind of doesn't really do anything. The guards essentially nod at you. Miss Vera kind of looks a little like, the hell is going on here? Maruna looks a little confused. The knights all look very confused as to what the hell three commoners are doing here.
I am an uncommoner, actually, ma'am. And it's out of character.
Alrighty. Wow. Just wow. Alright. So about this point in time, Vera, milady, please do come inside. Very well. And she wanders around the pool, her knights in tow. All the servants, when she kind of passes, take a half step back to give her plenty of room, as well as kind of bow at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the knights end up staying kind of out here where they can see what's around, while the rest of them head on inside. Alrighty, is there anything special you guys would like to do at this point in time?
Tell Rudy what we found.
I'm gonna tell them what I
Talking way too loud. Talking way too loud. The whole just like they can hear me inside too loud.
You need to keep your voice down. They're having like a thing going on in there. Somebody died, you know. As I like point to the disarray in the streets also.
This is not good. Just how he was assassinated. This is not good.
That is bad. Can I slide like a letter to one of these NPCs that literally say NPC, saying, you know, I'm staying at this tavern, come hang out sometime if you'd like, to my lady friend? Like, hey buddy, yeah, I got you. Take this letter. It's a good letter. All right, goodbye. And I scamper back to my beetle and say, we should probably go.
All right, so the person you decide to give that to looks like one of the local guards. He's blonde-haired, has like this greenish armor. And
he has armor. Oh dear.
Yeah, let me put him out so you guys can actually see what he looks like.
He's a real character now. Oh my gosh. Hello there. You look handsome. I like your armor. It's very form-fitting. And your hair is both militaristic and anime, which I approve of. I'm going to go back to my beetle now.
He says that he'll pass the letter along. However, just so you're aware that the whole house is under essentially arrest per the lady's orders for the investigation into the murder of Sir Drogos.
Okay.
Christina, you know that exactly who Sir Drogos is. He's been serving since you were a kid.
That man's been serving since I was little. This is not a good
You also are fairly aware that he is one of Lady Maruna's primary. Essentially, he's one of her primary supporters. Without him, her claim to the throne is very, very shaky at best.
Ooh, this is. I just grin.
Yeah, let's just put it this way: it's gonna be tumultuous inside this city for a long time if something doesn't stabilize.
This is gonna get interesting fast. This whole skeleton thing, and we walk along away from this, and I'm talking about this. This whole skeleton thing could have been a distraction.
As you guys kind of continue to wander back towards, I don't know where the hell you guys are going.
God, they look so good.
Where
I
we're
don't
staying,
either.
the tavern we're staying.
So you guys are all right up here now with Rudy.
Yes.
Where is it that you guys would like to wander off to? Because by now it's getting into later afternoon, early evening.
Where's our tavern?
It's the big eye right here.
All right, then that's where we're going.
Okay, so you guys start kind of wandering back towards your tavern. As you do, you see several people. Mostly the ones that appear to have been injured in the fighting. Some of them, you can see a lot of them have been somewhat helped. You'll see bandages on them. Some of them have wrapped like strips of their own clothing to try and heal themselves type deal. A few of them actually start to kind of cackle a little bit as you pass.
Kushrak is going to
It's not good.
and examine some of these, because anybody in need is Kushrak's problem.
Okay, go ahead and give me an average medicine check.
Okay, medicine checks are take for Kushrak. 2 successes.
All right, so you recognize the disease that this person has. It is not a good disease. You recognize it as
disease.
Well, this one's particularly bad because nobody. It's not very common knowledge on the cure. None of you actually know how to cure this disease. It's called ringing madness.
Oh no.
Essentially, the symptoms of ringing madness, and as you look at this guy, he has all of them. As he's cackling, he's kind of clutching his head. His body temperature is greatly increased, like he feels burning to the touch. And it doesn't matter whether you're touching his arm or his head, all of it feels like it's on fire. As he's cackling, he's talking about like these brightly colored pink elephants that are dancing in front of him, and how the weird squid head pointing at you is taking the time to try and feed him Salisbury steak with yogurt.
You got Salisbury steak, man?
Yogurt.
What the hell is
Yogurt's
yogurt?
is a dangerous item.
Yogurt.
Just that before they arrest you.
And he's actually kind of rocking gently back and forth, almost in a circle doing this.
Do all these other people look infected too?
As you go around and inspect several of them, yes. Some of them are in the very early stages of what you would assume is the same disease. Now here's the quandary, though. You do know a little something about ringing madness, because the first success was just that information. The second success tells you that this is actually it's progressing faster than it should be. Generally, to get to this stage, ringing madness takes like a week to 2 weeks, depending on the immune system.
Demon. Dark magic at play here. I look around. Gourd. Dark magic. Demons. I hate demons.
You don't see... Go ahead.
Can I use a little bit of divine magic to see if I can slow, see if it's because the disease is natural, right? The disease just happens, or is it more of a magical disease?
Usually, ringing madness is brought on by normal means, to an extent. Nobody's sure exactly how it gets started, but when it does, it spreads like any disease normally would.
Do I know if it's transmitted by like the scratches or like what its transmission rate, or if like these guys are going to turn into zombies and shit too?
Based on what you rolled earlier, you really don't know too much more than that. You're going to have to do some research if you want to know more about ringing madness.
Okay. Can I use a little bit of just like a little splash of divine magic to try and see how it reacts?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a average divine magic check.
Dumb question, but I have alchemy, my dude. Am I able to like concoct some side of like taper? Not well. You said it's not something easily cured, but is it something that you can like stop?
If you would like to try and do that,
Like,
give me
whatever it
a
is.
daunting alchemy check.
I mean, any check's better than no check.
Right. So go ahead and give me a daunting alchemy check to see if you can whip up a
Four or
poultice. 4. Aaron, your divine magic seems to somewhat help. The guy that was cackling before, like, kind of subsides. And you get the feeling that it'll be that way for, like, an hour to 2 hours. But the disease has taken hold pretty well. So it's going to take more than one treatment to
What
hope
does
to
my
bring him out.
alchemy kit give me? Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
In this case, your alchemy kit will give you a boost because you have like tools and stuff on hand that you would need to create
So-
solstices.
4 purples, 1 boost, and then my score.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh.
not a failure.
Hopeful.
That's a lot of dog pictures. Anyway, so you whip up a poultice that should heal just about the most common maladies, and it does seem to like bring their like temperatures down a little bit, but it's like trying to treat a forest fire by throwing a glass of water at it. It's not gonna do much.
The trick is to throw the glass at it, my dude.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, you got to throw the cuss is the most important.
You get the feeling you're kind of on the right track with the way that the disease works with the poultice, but you know that it's nowhere near enough.
Gotcha. I just wanted to try.
I think we should go to. I think we should go to the temples and see if they can do something to help prevent that.
Coincidentally, by now,
Or-
after you guys have been spending time here doing this, it's now getting on to like dinner time / late evening.
I want to go to bed.
When I go to bed,
Yeah.
I worry with the rate of progressing. It's gonna break out by tonight, and I'm not quite sure what happens when they finally die. So I'm gonna go to the temple and try and get some more information.
All right, you do that. I'm gonna go hang out at the tavern and get a drink. Nothing too alcoholic though, because I don't want to die. I'm too tiny for this stuff.
A child as young as you should be drinking.
I still have my stenciled on mustache that he doesn't seem to notice.
All right, so go ahead and move yourselves to wherever it is that you're going to be going. Christina?
Guess what?
You obviously were not paying attention.
Oh, I was listening. I just was listening to them.
Okay, so go ahead and move yourself to wherever it is you're going to go now. Keep in mind that it's like dinner time / late evening.
Yes, that's where I was going to get to the inn, get some food, and hopefully discuss what we have going on.
Okay. Kustrak, we'll start with you since you're in the temple. So as you get closer to the temple, you see more and more people that are showing the same signs, varying depending on where they're at in the level of the disease. Some are cackling, some are just like super hot. You see one guy actually like climb inside the well, trying to cool off because he is so fucking hot.
That's a bad idea. Out of character.
Actually, after he does that too, several of them actually take buckets from the well and start to like dump it on themselves to kind of keep cool.
I don't have the power to help them all. I walk up to the temple doors and like rap on the door and see if anyone's home.
Which temple are you going towards? Are you heading towards the temple of Kiri Julieth, or are you headed for the temple of Shinare?
Let's go Shinare.
All right, so the Silver-Winged Mistress's Temple, you see a lot of citizens in here. They are almost bursting with how many people they've got in here trying to get cures for what's going on.
I walk up to one of the guys that look like they know what they're doing, or the people, right?
Okay.
And I say, is there anything I can do to be of help?
He begins relaying stuff to you, like help collect water. Once he sees that you're actually able to do healing magic, he starts kind of leading you towards different patients to try and heal them at least enough where they can lessen the workload a bit. So, how long do you want to stay here doing this?
I'm going to be all night if I have to. Like, Kushak feels that himself is less than literally, so.
Okay.
Especially these poor commoners.
Okay, so you are going to be there for a little while. So go ahead and bring your strain all the way down to 1.
To what?
To 1.
Okay.
Just to show that you've been casting magic to heal. You guys have just arrived back at the tavern / inn that you're staying at. Go ahead and do what it is you wanted to do.
Alright, so I want to at least get something to eat.
Okay.
I need it.
Can I ask them, like, do I know off the top of my head if this is something that actually spreads? Or is it just like, oh, you've been bitten, you're going crazy now?
Usually ringing madness, because all of you guys have heard of this disease. It's not super common, but you guys have heard of it before, and it is a disease that does spread. Nobody really knows how it spreads, because when it hits hard. As far as like death is concerned, ringing madness itself does not seem to kill. The actual cause of death is actually starvation, because once you've contracted ringing madness, unless your body is naturally able to fight it off from what you've seen and heard, you essentially slip into a coma, and then you never wake up again.
I feel like now I'm morally concerned about getting this cure. But I'm just one lone alchemist. What could I possibly hope to do? You think I can go rob that other alchemist?
If you would like to try and rob the other alchemist of his supplies, you are more than welcome to try.
I want him to be my friend and to just let me help the world and maybe blow up a castle wall or 2. That's a joke between him and I. I'm sure Killin would understand. Hey, Killin, you want to help me hold a apothecary hostage while I use his lab?
Why don't we just pay for it?
He doesn't like me very much.
You can always change with a dagger to the head.
Yeah, but then he'd be dead.
I wouldn't.
Well, at least the way you
I
use
would
your
just
dagger.
point the dagger at him. And go,
Well, isn't that holding him hostage?
Not really.
All right. Well, if you do your dinner, I'm gonna have a snack myself, and maybe we can go cure a disease or 2 tonight. It's not that hard. It only takes like what 2-3 rolls. Cough, cough.
What
All right. So, if that is what you guys are wanting to do, and you're wanting to head over to the alchemist store to acquire some materials, what we will do is we will call it here for tonight on that note.
Sweet.
Okay, so we pick up with us holding an apothecary hostage, using his lab like a mad scientist, and then giving him all the credit for curing this disease in case
Totally,
it
yes. Yes.
doesn't
Go with that, yes.
Okay, so, all right, so got that noted. Next time we'll pick up with Kustrak in the temple, Gors and Penem in the inn, and Rudy and Kitlin at the apothecary holding the guy hostage and playing mad scientist.
Yes.
Well, if you want.